Do you know what? I love the beach. It's my happy place. And it's no secret that I love food too.
Beautiful.
A good meal can make my heart sing.
I like a breakfast hash.
And soothe my soul.
I'm always dancing in my kitchen, I can't help it.
So I'm getting out and about, meeting some amazing people, producing wonderful, feel-good food.
Wow.
And I'll be sending my friend and fellow chef, Joseph Dennison Carey, off in search of some inspirational stories of his own.
It's so good.
All the amazing characters and flavours we discover will inspire me to conjure up a treasure chest of delicious dishes that I know will put a smile on your face too.
Yeah, boy. Yummy top.
Can I finish now?
I'll make a racket, don't they, eh?
Yeah. Feast your eyes on that.
So join me on my travels and in my kitchen for some good mood food.
Hello and welcome. Now, nothing perks you up more like a cup of coffee or a piece of chocolate. In fact, both of them are equally delicious in food. So today's recipes, whether sweet or savoury, are going to include those wonderful tasty guys. Ha-ha! Coming up on today's show. I meet sisters making chocolatey treats.
That is very, very impressive indeed.
Then I'm making some blondies, a modern version of a traditional brownie. Chef Joseph is getting a lesson in using coffee.
Smell is incredible.
And I use both coffee and chocolate in my Friday night fajitas. Then I'm feeling sweet with an espresso and chocolate cheesecake. But before all that, I'm going to be making for you my spicy free bean and pepper chili pot. First, get your pan on, warm it on the stove. Nice, gentle heat to start with, guys. And then we can add a little bit of oil to our saucepan. I've already chopped up a red onion here, and so I'm just going to pop that in. This is one of the reasons that I wanted you to have your flame on a kind of a medium setting, is because in between I'm going to be chopping up a couple of the peppers. We've got a yellow pepper here. Just running your knife around the edge there to remove that white bit. That's great. Getting rid of our seeds. Let's give our onions a little bit of a stir. All the peppers going into our saucepan. That's lovely. Peppers, onions cooking down. To that, I've got a little bit of celery, and I'm just going to chop that up now. It's a matter of getting all those lovely flavours in there when you're cooking a one-pot dish. Okay. Celery going in with the peppers too. A little bit of chilli. Lovely. Hey, let's kick it up. Talking about adding a few bits more. We've got some garlic here that I'm just going to pop in there. Oh, well, I do like a bit of that. That's fantastic. There it is. Look at all that lovely garlic. If you wanted to use a bit of puree garlic, you could. Now it's beginning to take on some wonderful smells. It's a bit Mediterranean-y now, but we're going to change that in a minute. We're going to kind of make it a bit more Creole or Mexicana or something like that, because we've got these very exciting spices here. Look at that. I've got a bit of cayenne on there. I've got some paprika on there, big, bold. Oregano, nice kind of subtle taste there. Allspice to add a little bit of a... And we've got some cumin. Love a bit of cumin, very aromatic. And these guys, you know what I've got here? I've got some coriander stalks, which I love throwing them in things like stews too. Let's get the our spices in here first. And then we can just lightly chop up our coriander stalks. Really so lovely, these. It's funny, isn't it, how we just kind of use the leaves and throw everything away. It's got so much flavour in there. That toastiness. Once you start toasting your spices, it's so wonderfully aromatic. All right, let's hit that with a tin of chopped tomatoes. Okay, Lovely. That's already looking like a wonderful stew in there, isn't it, eh? But hey, we ain't stopping there yet. I've got some tomato puree over here and just put in, so it's about a tablespoon of tomato puree. That adds a bit of a richness. A little bit of maple syrup here. Love a bit of sweetness there. If you haven't got a bit of maple syrup, you can try a bit of honey too. I'm going to also include my cinnamon stick. You could use a little bit of cinnamon powder, but for me, the stick just works so well. All right, then, I've got some pinto beans here. I've got some kidney beans and cannellini beans. The pinto to cannellini, kidney back to cannellini, pinto! In the pot. Oh, dear. Cannellini! Okay, there we are. Mixing that all in there. You can see needs a little bit more moisture. That's why we've got our vegetable stock here. So we're pouring that in there. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hold on, Ains, that's all beans and vegetables and stuff going on there. Haven't seen a bit of meat. You guessed right. This is a wonderful veggie dish. Absolutely lovely. Now I'm going to bring this up to the boil and I'm going to pop the lid on there and I'm going to leave it for about sort of 10 minutes. Then we remove the lid, okay, and let it boil and steam and rattle and roll around the pan. You know, rattle and roll around your pan for a good 20, 25 minutes. Then, guys, we can throw in a little bit of chocolate and a bit of lime. Oh, it's got that kind of Mexican feel to it. Arriba! Woo! All inside my one-pot wonder. Now, hey, check this out. Can you see what's happened here? That's reduced down, that's thickened up beautifully. Right now, I'm going to add a little bit of lime juice to that. Take that, just a touch of that going in there. That's lovely. Put the lime in the chilli and stir it all up. There we are. Lovely. Now, what about that chocolate, eh? Take it, give it a little bit of a chop here. You can grate it if you like. There you go. And look at that. You can just see by the colour there, we've got a nice dark brown chocolate, okay? High in sort of cocoa solids. At least, I'd say, 35, 40. But if you wanted to go up to 70, you could. Now, turn that down. Just let that nestle into our gorgeous stew. Let's prepare a bit of garnish to go with it, shall we? Avocado. That's it, just push in there and that will come away. It runs a little bit. That's it, perfect. That's it, I'm just going to dice that up. Okay, nice chunky bits of avocado. Avocado going in. Touch of lime juice on top of that, just to keep the colour and also add a little bit of zinginess to the whole thing. We love that. Touch of salt and pepper too. Yeah, that's perfect. Shall we serve up? Are you ready? You ready for your one-pot treat? Yeah! Yes, Ainsley! Yes, we are. All right. Now, really, really lovely. Perfect one-pot. Gorgeous. Ah, not finished yet. Oh, no. A little bit of sour cream, little doubles of little touch of avocado there. And I've got some tortilla chips here too. Push them there like that. A few bits of coriander, just a few like little spiky bits of coriander. And then a little dusting, there you go, of the old cayenne pepper. Or if you like, a little bit of smoked paprika to finish things off. Absolutely perfect. Packed full of flavour, like a hug in a bowl. My spicy free bean and pepper chili pot. Wow. Go on, get stuck in. Today, I'm cooking with coffee and chocolate. I made my spicy free bean and pepper chili pot, packed with flavour. Coming up, Chef Richard Bainbridge shows Joe how coffee can add really exciting flavour to our food.
Oh man, that's delicious.
I use coffee and chocolate to marinate the steak for my Friday night fajitas. And to finish, it's cheesecake. But first, I'm visiting sisters Millie and Lydia to find out what a brookie is. I don't know about you, but a sweet treat always gets me in a good mood. So I'm off to the Buzzy Bakery. And guess what? They've got some chocolate surprises for me. I'm so lucky. Hey, Millie, Lydia.
Hi.
Oh, wow. So this is your lovely kitchen then?
It is.
Oh, fantastic. Look at this. That is pretty impressive. Would something like this, what, be for a wedding or a birthday?
Birthdays.
Yeah.
Birthdays, weddings.
Very, very impressive indeed. So tell me something, Millie. Why Buzzy Bakery? Where did that come from?
There's a lot of meanings behind the name. One of them is the fact that we're both born in Manchester, and obviously the Manchester bee is so iconic. And we're both always buzzing around the kitchens.
And bees are very important to our ecosystem.
Yeah, and it's just growing and growing and
growing.
growing.
It's what it is.
Okay, and you're famous for something called Brookies, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. That's what we're known for.
Yeah.
In America, I think it was first born when people started doing like layers of cookies and brownies, and that's where the brookie came from. So I just thought.
Is this a brookie then?
That's a brookie.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that is a lot of chocky there.
So you've got a big brownie in there, and then you've got like chocolate chunks,
Peanut butter.
all sorts.
So you can literally take any combination works in a brookie.
Yeah, whatever you can think of.
Okay, let's get cooking. Come on, show me what you're doing.
So first we're just going to put all the dry ingredients. In here we've got plain flour, dark brown sugar, light brown sugar, caster sugar, baking powder and salt.
Okay.
And it just needs to mix together. So now we're going to put some butter in.
Yeah.
And then the eggs.
Okay.
And then we mix it around for about 30 seconds.
So that's not the traditional way of doing it.
Not the
is it?
traditional way, no.
But where did that actually come from?
I think I must have trialed 50 different cookie recipes, and I just like tweaked them, and then finally, voila.
So what were you then?
So I was the taste tester.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Perfect place
I
to
know,
be.
I really enjoyed my role.
Okay, so now that's all nicely combined. We're just going to take it out and give it a little knead.
It's all about having a good work surface, though, isn't
Oh,
it? Eh?
work surface is so important.
Yeah. Oh, that's looking good.
So now we're just going to add in the chocolate. Chocolate is actually the most important. Like, you have to have good quality chocolate, or there's just no point.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you taste, and then we just give this a little knead around.
That's an awful lot of chocolate, isn't it, Lydia? Hey? Wow.
And then
Wow.
that's it. Voila, made.
That looks fantastic.
Now we're going to roll it into balls. Just grab some scales.
Okay.
And we weigh each one to 140 grams.
These look amazing. Do we pop these in the oven now, or what's the next stage?
Not yet. We need to do the exciting bit, which is filling it with whatever you want.
Wow. Oh, this is why I've got all this here then.
Not for you to
Okay.
snack on.
I kind of like the sweet and savoury kind of combination.
Well, we
so-
will make one of those for you.
Okay, brilliant.
So first we put a brownie in there, and then we put a whole bar.
Yeah.
You squish it down to make it easier to, then it kind of wraps all around.
Yeah.
And then you pop them in the oven.
15 minutes at 175.
Smell of chocolate cookies. You can't
It never
beat
gets
it, can
old.
you?
Can't beat it.
Oh, you really, really can't beat it. And then it's time to cut
To
into
cut
it.
the best bit.
Oh, wow. Just look at that. That's for me.
That's for you.
It's gooey, it's caramelly, it really is delicious. And Busy Bee Bakery, rock on.
Thank you.
No, not really. Well, I've got to say these really are delicious. Such fun combinations, and I love the way they kind of blend things together. They're always experimenting, and it's exactly what I want to do when I get back to my kitchen. A bit naughty, weren't they, hey? Talk about chocolate overload. But I've got something a bit naughty myself that I want to prepare for you now. It's my blondies. Starting off with your blondies, take your sugar, okay? While sugar's going into the bowl. And then I'm going to put in eggs. 3 eggs are going in there. That's it. Now, once you've got your eggs in the bowl, you're going to require a little bit of patience here, because what we want to do is you want to beat our eggs and sugar together till it's kind of almost doubled in volume. So just a nice, easy beat. Wow, that's it. It does take a little bit of effort, but you are rewarded in the end, okay? This is why our blondies are so popular. Now, next stage is the butter. And look at this, I've melted my butter right down there. All right, and we're slowly going to incorporate that into our mix too. So once again, on with the machine, just take it up to about that medium setting and gradually incorporate that melted butter. Now, I've done that nice and slow. As you can see, it's really important to gradually incorporate that. You can turn this up a little bit now. Takes on that lovely rich colour too, with all that butteriness. There we are, guys. No separation at all. Look at that. That wonderful, creamy texture. Isn't that marvellous? Look at that. That's what you're looking for. The butter's really incorporated into the eggs and the sugar. A bit of flour going in there. Okay. Just sieving that through a little bit. There we are. Lovely. There you go. Now, what I've got here is some macadamia nuts. Ah, macadamia nuts. Absolutely lovely. Wonderfully buttery. Let's just roughly chop those. Nice and controlled. There we are, look at that, guys, all right? Just give you an idea, roughly chopped, all right? Then we're going to take all of that, and we're just going to drop that into there too. And, of course, some white chocolate nibs. They're all going in there. Then I'm just folding all of that in now, like that, okay? And once you feel that you've given that a good blend, suddenly you'll know when you've given it a good blend because you no longer see any floury air pockets in there. All right, and wow, that's it. Then we're going to take our baking tray. You can see that I've lined that, just greased it slightly, and I've lined that with parchment paper. Then we can take our mixture and we can pour that. Look at it, look at the looseness of it, look at the consistency of it. All right, sometimes when you make a cake, it's not like this. It can be a lot firmer. Okay, all right. I'm going to pop that into my oven. That's 160 fan or 180, gas mark 4. And it's going to go in there for about 35, 40 minutes. But remember, the golden rule is you'll take a skewer or something, pop it in there, and it should come out nice and clean, all right? That's it. Beautiful. Here it is, look at this. This is what you get when it comes out. Can you see that? There's a slight sort of crispiness on the top there. Really, really lovely. That's your base to your blondie. So let's take that out of our tray now. Here we are. Look at that there. Lovely, eh? I'm going to cut them into portions, pop them onto my tray. Here we are. Beautiful. Lovely. Looking good, isn't it, eh? Isn't it lovely? It's so wonderfully satisfying, isn't it? I love a bit of cake, don't you? It's all about cake. When you feel a little bit down, things haven't gone the way you want them to, you can have a slice of cake and get over the blues. It doesn't matter whether you like a Dorset apple cake or a lemon drizzled with a brew. You could even have something called chocolate spread with a little bit of goo. It's all cake. Ooh, yeah. It's all cake. Woo-hoo. All right. Oh, lovely. Now, what about the topping? Oh, got that lovely chocolate there, white chocolate that I've melted. I can take that, pop that in there. There you go. There we are. Might as well go all the way because that's what I like to do. Okay, fab. Fold those over. Just going to snip the end there. And then we can start to do our little bit of a drizzle. And once we've done one way, we can go back the other way again, really. A bit more on there. Do you see how much fun you can have with it? Nice and easy. All right, that's beautiful. Next, I've got my freeze-dried raspberries. I'm just going to take some of those and sprinkle them casually on the top. They're lovely. There you go, beautiful. And last but not least, it's macadamia. Macadamia, macadamia, ha-ha! Sprinkle on my blondies today, yeah, ha-ha! Macadamia. Just popping those on the top like that. And there you have it, my white chocolate and macadamia blondies. Today is an exploration of the magical pick-me-ups. I'm talking coffee and chocolate. I've already made my comforting and spicy free bean and pepper chili pot. Arriba! A tempting treat, white chocolate and macadamia nut blondies. And later, I'll be making a rich and indulgent dessert. But now, Joseph gets a tasty bacon sandwich with a coffee barbecue sauce, courtesy of Chef Richard Bainbridge.
As far as drinks go, coffee's got to be up there as one of my favourites, and we're all used to seeing it in desserts. But I've come here to meet Richard Bainbridge to see how he uses his coffee in his barbecue sauce. Rich, mate, how's it going?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you. I'm very, very happy to be here. It's lovely to see you.
Thanks for coming.
I can see a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, well, I've been ready. I've been preparing for you coming to see me. I'm going to talk you through how we make our barbecue sauce, which is made with coffee.
I'd love to know where that idea came from.
Well, kind of, we were looking into barbecue sauces, and I was really looking into like the heritage of real kind of American barbecue, and seeing that coffee kept coming back up and up again, and an espresso's going with beef. So I got some beef on the go, made some sauce using the espresso inside of it, and it just lifted it. That beef and the meat and the sweet and the sour just blew my mind. So it kind of is perfect with beef, but also amazing with a bacon sandwich.
Man, you are selling it to me. I literally cannot wait to get stuck into it.
Yeah. So we always start off with the tomato sauce, goes in. So I think with any good barbecue sauce, you need a tomato base. So we make our own, really sweet, really acidic, but really full of tomato flavour. And then we've got some brown sugar. Then we've got some cider vinegar. I like cider vinegar over white wine because there's a little bit more appley in flavour that comes through. And then we've got rice vinegar, which I love because it's got a sweetness to it that you don't normally associate with vinegars. And I think that's perfect for this barbecue sauce. So we just put some dark soy sauce in as well. Then we've got some onion powder that goes in. Then just to finish it off, we've got some powdered garlic in there as well. You can use fresh garlic. And then the last thing we do is just add a little bit of xanthan gum. And this is brilliant because what it does is just thicken it slightly. So perfect. So once everything's in, give it a really good stir, bring it up to the simmer and dissolve that brown sugar.
Awesome. So this is all bubbled away and everything's dissolved. So now it's just a matter of making the coffee, right?
Yeah, totally. Let it brew and then get that into the sauce. So it's just making a really strong cafetiere, really. So you can kind of smell that coffee.
Oh man, that's delicious.
So it's really sweet, just got that kind of earthiness, but a sweetness to it, and almost like a dark chocolate, which I wanted. Just gonna pour it all in there. Nice, really strong coffee. So just pour the water in.
Can we have a little taste?
Yeah, let's have some taste of the coffee so you get an idea. So, I'm gonna be up for days. Oh, Oh, it's good.
Oh my God, it's delicious, man. I could drink a lot of that. Probably shouldn't, but I definitely could.
Right. So now we'll add a little bit in, so a couple of tablespoons to start with. Do you want to stir and I'll pour?
Can I do the honours?
You get involved.
Amazing, all right.
So give that a good old stir around.
Smell is incredible. Do you want to have a taste?
Yeah, you help me as well.
Awesome.
So we'll just try a tiny bit.
See, I am already very happy with that, but I imagine you're going to say it needs a little bit more, right?
Yeah, a little bit more in there. I think that'll probably be enough, I reckon. Give it another try.
I have never had anything like that before, so I'm so excited tasting that, so I'm ready to eat some bacon sandwiches.
It's going to be the best bacon sandwich you've ever had.
That
honestly.
is a big statement. That's a big statement, but I'm ready to find out if it's true.
Now we've got some of our barbecue sauce we've made. And this is a little bit runnier, so as it cools down, it does get a bit thicker. But this is straight from the pot, so we're going to just drizzle that over. I want between the fat and the sauce to be dribbling down your chin as you eat it. You know what I mean? Might mess up that beautiful top.
I don't care.
We'll give it a go. Then all I've done is given it to you with a little bit of baby gem, which has got like an American-style blue cheese dressing over the top. Again, rich, sticky. It's the best sarnie you've ever had. Dive into that. Good, right? Yes.
I can't even talk to you right now. It's just like you said. I mean, I thought it was nice when you were talking about it, but looking at it come together in this sandwich, man, I love what you've done with the coffee. It's such a creative way to use it. Amazing. Thank you.
Thanks ever so much for coming.
Between my morning latte, evening tiramisu, and now this, if I'm not careful, I'm going to be on a coffee high that I never come down from. I mean, it's probably worth it, though.
Wow, that looked so tasty, didn't it? And Richard is spot on. Coffee can really add a wonderful flavour to savoury dishes. But for my next dish, not only am I using coffee, I'm going to include chocolate too, to enhance this wonderful Friday night fajita. It's all about introducing big flavours, isn't it? And look at these. Wow, we've got some ancho chili there and some chipotle. We've also got some cumin there, oregano, beautiful cocoa powder here, touch of sugar. All of these guys are going into my bowl. Look at that. We do need a little bit of garlic to help along the way. And you know what I normally do with these guys? I just sort of give that a little bit of a chop, okay? A little bit of salt going in there and crushing that down. All right, beautiful. There we are. Lovely bit of garlic going into there. All right, gorgeous. Lime. Squeeze out the lime. Yeah, boy. Love a bit of that. Straight into our... And what about the coffee? You said coffee, Ains. Well, actually, I've got some espresso coffee here. That's also going in there. Then give that a little bit of an invigoration. And as soon as I start stirring this, you get that kind of mocha delight. Coffee and the chocolate combined together with those wonderful chilies. That's going to make the finest marinade. What are we marinating? Have a look at this. Beautiful bits of sirloin here. Okay, I like this cut. Cooks really, really quickly. That going into our marinade. Perfect. And just mixing that through, making sure everything is well coated. Look at that. That's lovely. Now, You know what the golden rule is about the old marinade, especially when it comes to meat? Give it at least a couple of hours. If you want to, you can leave it even longer than that to allow those flavours to penetrate. And I'm going to put that to one side because here's one that I've been marinating already, and look what happens when you leave it for a while. Look at the change of colour. Look at that wonderful, wonderful colour there. And the smell. It's Friday night. It's sticky, sticky, sticky night. All right, then. Onion. Just going to chop that like that. Now, we want to separate everything, so we need to remove the root. And what that allows, actually, guys, is if I slice this up, nice bits here. You want nice kind of chunky bits, not too thin. Look what happens when I give that a little bit of a squeeze. Look. Can you see how everything separates beautifully? All right, there's no root holding that together, so it just separates really, really lovely. Again, all right, a little bit of oil going in there. All right, beautiful. And then we can put our onions in there. Beautiful. Now, what about those peppers? We're just going to split that. And then we're going to take out that white bit there, very gentle. There we are. Tap that. Let's get those seeds out. And we're just going to slice them up, along with some green and yellow peppers. Right, let's get those peppers inside now. Just going to fry those off so they get a tinge of colour on them. And then we can add a little bit of garlic. Here's my garlic. And all I'm doing is kind of just slicing that up, OK? I'm just going to go into my stir fry too. There you go. Beautiful. In. Now, what about that sour cream dip? It's one of those things that you just have when you have a fajita. All right, we are going to liven ours up with a little bit of lime zest to start with. Beautiful. There's something about zesting in the sun. There's something about the zesting in the sun. Ah! Oh, lovely. A little bit of lime going in there too. Absolutely gorgeous. Woo! Squeeze it, yeah. Okay, and then let's add a little touch of salt going in there too. That's okay. A little bit of invigoration going on. Oh, lovely. Got a few cherry tomatoes here. There we are, just that. Just cutting them in half. Right, beautiful. Gonna really just bring everything alive a little bit more. Okay, we've got our cherry tomatoes ready. Our onions and peppers are looking lovely. And then we can take them out, fry off our steak, and start to build our fajitas. Oh, wow. Let's put that on there. Look at these. Absolutely lovely. That's it. You can almost see that sitting in your fajita now already, can't you? Now, what about that beautiful steak that we've been marinating? A little bit of oil into your pan. That's it, beautiful. Followed by our lovely meat. Look at these. Don't overcrowd your pan, all right, guys? We want to get a lovely, beautiful bit of colour on there, so don't overcrowd your pan. Oh, the smell. We're only going to cook that about 3 or 4 minutes, so it's all about searing it, toasting off those wonderful flavours. And once you get to that stage, let's take our peppers and the onion with a hint of garlic there, and that's going back in there too. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Absolutely lovely. There we are. I've got my Barbie there. We've got my flour tortillas. I'm going to pop them on here now. Just warm those a little bit. Remember those cherry tomatoes that I've cut there? I'm just going to few of them. Perfect. Absolutely lovely. Okay, let's serve up. Friday night is steaky, steaky, steaky night. Friday night is steaky, steaky, steaky night. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, yeah. Baby, baby, baby. La, la, la. La, la, la. La. Look at that. Fantabioso. There we are. Now, a few of those folded over there. Look at this. Beautiful. Layers of succulent tender meat with peppers and onions. just sensational. Wow. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. A little bit of fresh coriander going on there. And let's not forget, need a little bit of lime for squeezing on. Nothing else required, guys. There you go. It's Friday night, it's steaky, steaky, steaky night. Friday night fajitas. Yeah, go on, get stuck in. Now, there's nothing like a cup of coffee or something chocolatey to perk you up and put you in a good mood. So far, we've had a hug in a bowl with my spicy free bean and pepper chili pot, some delicious blondies with a lovely crunch and a burst of fruitiness, and Friday nights are sorted with my fajitas. Now it's time for something impressive with the wow factor that's very simple to prepare. It's my chocolate espresso cheesecake. Best thing about a cheesecake, I think, is the base. If you get the base right, you can put different layers of things on the top there, but you still get the crunch factor. How do we get there? Well, you're going to need some of these to start with for this cheesecake. It's some chocolate digestives. Pop them straight into your food processor. Just put that on, blitz it up, and keep going until you break it right down. It's almost like they're breadcrumbs. And you know what I love about this? Because we're using chocolate digestives, it actually means that you get those lovely chocolatey bits in there too. Really, really lovely. Now, to that, I'm going to add the espresso part of the flavour, the powdered variety, and then I'll give it a good kick. There you go. Also, a little bit of sugar going in there. Then just give that a bit of a stir so all that sugar and that coffee flavour gets well distributed. And then we're going to add the melted butter. OK, pour that guy in there like that. There you go. And then mix that through until it's all combined. That's it. Get that butteriness all the way through the biscuit. All right, you know what's going to happen next, don't you? We're going to pop that into our cake tin base to firm right up. Here we are. Take that. In that goes. And just using the back of the spatula just to push down right into the corners there, guys, OK? And when you've pushed it right into the corner and you get that nice, even crust, pop that in your fridge to chill down. Now, I've taken my chocolate and I've melted it over a pan of hot water, making sure that the water doesn't actually come into contact with the bowl because it can split the chocolate. More importantly, I've allowed the chocolate to be sort of tepid, OK? I don't want a boiling hot chocolate. So you take cold cream out of your fridge and add it, it could split again. So bring that back to room temperature. Let's pour the cream into it now. There you go. And just blend that together. That's perfect. Lovely. Now, creamed cheese going into your bowl, along with some vanilla extract. I'm always using my lid here. Just a bit of that going in there. Fabulous. That's beautiful. And some icing sugar. A little bit of icing sugar going in there. There we are. Perfect. And then I'm just going to blend that together. That's it. Use a spatula there to get in there. Yeah. Perfect. That's lovely. Then we're going to put our cocoa powder on top of that. All right, lovely. Just blend this. And look at that. That's really lovely. OK, let's take a little bit of that chocolate with the cream, and we're just going to drop that in there like that. Just a little bit to start with, and we're going to blend that together. And lovely. It's getting richer and richer and gooier and lovelier. A bit more of that chocolate going in there now. Then let's just finish that off now. All right, then, come on, let's just blend this in now. That's wonderfully chocolatey, isn't it? And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a good old beat now. That's it. Now, that's it. That cream cheese is well incorporated into that. We can now take our biscuit base out of the fridge. There you go, look at that. It should be nice and firm now. Okay, and then we can hit it with our gorgeous chocolate mousse. Wow. Pushing that down again, really wanting to find the edges of that, okay? So if you just work from the center and gently push out like that using your spatula, looks good enough to eat already, doesn't it? And once we get to that stage, we can give it that lovely little swirl there. And that's called put me in the fridge in time. Well, not just any old amount of time, a good few hours to set it off, and then we'll put that gorgeous chocolate ganache on top. Lovely. Perfect. Now, what about that chocolate ganache? I've taken a saucepan and I'm taking some cream, okay, and I'm going to pour that into my saucepan and I'm just going to warm it ever so gently. What I don't want to do is boil it, all right? So I'm putting it on. Look at that nice little small flame there, all right? And whilst we're waiting for that, we can get our chocolate. Bits of chocolate. Yes, more chocolate. It's so chocolatey. And my espresso coffee. That's going on the top. That's lovely. And then just as that cream comes up, let's give that a little bit of a stir. It's almost like that simmering stage. Here we are, look at this. And I'm going to pour that on top of my chocolate. There we are, look at that. Look at that, as soon as I go in there, it's got into the chocolate and it started to melt it and everything comes together very, very quickly. Now, after your cheesecake has set, it's time to give it a ganache job. There it is, look at that. You can see that, look, firm. And then we're just going to take our chocolate ganache, pop that on the top. Wow, lovely. Simply lovely. Once again, a little bit of spreading going on, using your spatula there to kind of spread it out. And that's it, back in your fridge for half an hour, 40 minutes. And then a little bit of chocolate on top again and serve. Chocolate time. Yeah, look at this. I'm going to pull back that paper now, that parchment paper, to reveal those magnificent layers. Look at that. Oh, yeah. You can see why it's one of my favourites. It just looks so magnificent, doesn't it? And then we can decorate it. I've got some chocolate curls here. Look at these guys. I'm just going to sort of edge these in like that, just sort of piling them up a little bit. All right, we've got a bit more chocolate that we can just grate on the top like this. I've got some coarser stuff that I've grated here, so I'm just going to sprinkle that around like this too. All right, there you go, beautiful. And last but not least, my chocolate-coated coffee beans. Just a few. There you go. Beautiful. And there you have it, my chocolate espresso cheesecake. Wonderfully indulgent, but so, so good. Well, that's it for today. What a tasty show. I certainly hope my dishes today have put a smile on your face and showed you some new and exciting ways to use coffee and chocolate.